Go.
What is up, America? We got a fantastic episode today. I'm doing this on pretty decent health, but I'm on the tail end of a sickness. But that doesn't matter because you know why? This is episode 16. There he is. He's flexing a little bit. Give him a flex. Give him a flex one time. We're here with the champ. The champ is in the building. Okay. We got the time and time.
Not gonna play that because copyright, but
Yeah, copyright's a serious thing. But we got the champ in the building, Mr. Kenny Nicholson, for episode 16. He is officially the sleeper champion.
mm-hmm. Yeah. 20
He's been
20
very eager to when we're recording.
never
He's
said
been
that.
eager for this one.
Never said that. But 2023 champion. You heard me on the last episode talk about what I thought going into that game. I sounded confident because I was confident. I knew my team was going to show up when it mattered most, and my team showed up. Put up the most points I put up all season, dropped 180 to get the win over Mr. Jared Crowley. I'm a champ. I'm the second champion of this great league. First champion was Nick Roush. Now I am the current championship holder. I ordered a trophy. Also got myself a championship ring.
Yeah, this is also news to everybody. So everybody's listening to this podcast. You
Yeah,
can you can hear this one.
yeah. So we got a trophy. Hope you guys wanted that. Kind of need memos, but it's okay. We'll get that over.
Oh yeah,
No,
we'll talk about Vemos at the end of the podcast too.
no, I'm not gonna make anybody memo me anytime soon. Maybe next week, but I know a lot of people got payments and stuff with other leagues. But back to me, the champion here. I won. It was a great season. I made some good trades. I made some bad trades. It was all set up, I think, by my draft. I had a really, really, really strong draft. Drafted a lot of studs that really panned out. Mike Evans, DJ Moore, two really good guys. Mike Evans ended up trading. Bijan, Jameer Gibbs, all these guys ended up trading, which then cultivated the team that I had today. And that is ultimately what got me the championship. Sure, in fantasy, there's a little bit of luck involved. I
Sure, sure.
I had some tough matchups in the playoffs, but I was able to beat Nick, which was the powerhouse team that I was definitely nervous going into that game. But Devontae Adams kind of choked it for Nick, and I ended up getting the win, which then faced Jared, which he had my former team. He likes to say that I had his former team. He had my former team, AJ Brown, Tony Pollard was on my team at one point. Jordan Addison didn't play. Brees Hall played well against me. Took them all out. Great season. I think we were close to like freaking 40 trades in the league. It was awesome being the commissioner. I'll try not to get emotional. I know Richard was the commissioner last year. I appreciate him passing the
Sucked.
torch to me,
Sucked.
and I'm very happy to be a winner. I think this might be, I can't remember, but this is definitely the first fantasy championship that I've won that I'm like happy about. I might have won some other relevant leagues, but this one I'm very, very happy about. And it was a lot of hard work, but I was able to pull it off.
Well, on behalf of the whole league, congratulations once again. You were definitely a worthy champion.
Thank you.
Um, I
And
don't know.
I want to make
I
one more
don't.
comment.
Yeah, go ahead.
So in the last episode, you said, Kenny, what do you think of when you think Kenny Nicholson 2023? I think you said fantasy champion, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So I said fireworks. I won on New Year's Eve. So fireworks, check. Said champagne. Didn't have champagne, but I had tequila shots. Check. So a couple
Check.
of those things I actually did do. No boat parade yet, but
Yeah.
I think of trophy and ring. I did that. All right. Jared was going to go to Disney. Not going to Disney now. I'm sorry, but continue.
Damn. Damn. A week later, he's still crushing Jared's dreams. And we also have to shout out Jared. This is tough. This is
Yeah,
the
it is.
tough
It
end of the
is.
business where there's a winner and a loser. And Jared unfortunately has 2 years in a row now. Credit to him though, he did pocket $100.
Mhm.
Let's shout that out. Second place with
Yep.
$100.
Yep.
Who won third place? Who didn't pay?
Nick,
Nick. So
former
that's
Super Bowl champion.
So Nikki won last year and didn't have to pay this year. So that's also congratulations to him. So shout out to our champion Kenny, second place Jared, third place Nikki. And listen, I gotta say, maybe Jared, maybe this goes in a different way if you guys don't make that trade. That's got to be something that's kicking him.
I I don't disagree. I don't disagree. But the trade happened, and
But the spoil to the victor belongs the spoils.
so
And
cheers to that. I think right before the trade deadline, I was still cooking up trades,
you
trying to
were
get myself in
cooking.
the best
You
spot
were
possible going to the playoff run.
you were
Um,
cooking.
so and I was one more storyline that we didn't bring up. I was the
One more.
sixth seed.
One more.
I was the sixth
The
seed,
sixth seed.
and I beat
He
the
was the
one
sixth seed,
seed.
people. He
I
was the
beat
sixth seed.
you're something else. I beat the one seed in the Super Bowl. So if that's not an underdog story, Mike said they're gonna make DVDs about it. I don't know if they're actually gonna do that. I hope they do though.
I don't know if they're gonna make DVDs about that one, but that is a
Well,
great
DVDs are out of
story.
whatever.
We should definitely send a script to Hollywood about an underdog team beating a favorite team in the Super Bowl. I know they haven't made a movie about that yet. But yeah, so it's done. We are already. We'll discuss later. We're already having discussions about next season. Some would call them healthy. Some would call them not healthy. But we're making progress towards this great league and making this league uh once again great in 2024. And Dan is scheduling his Waffle House appearance here pretty soon.
Yep.
Gonna have to do some scheduling, make sure it doesn't conflict with any Bucks playoff games. I was thinking one date maybe late night Gasparilla night. That would be kind of crazy, but that's a lot.
On Gasparilla?
Like a Gasparilla night, but that'd be a lot of moving parts. Like 11 p.m. Gasparilla night, but that's a lot of moving parts. So that's probably not going to
Well,
happen.
he has to stay there for 24 hours.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, I forgot you
So
get to do it for
he
24
would have to
hours. So
essentially sleep in Waffle House.
yeah, we can't do that. We'll figure out a good date and we'll report that. But once again, put a bow on it. Kenny, our 2023 champ, absolutely kicked everybody's ass. Really good stuff there. Moving on, we are on to week 18 of the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
It's unbelievable. I remember counting down the days until training camp in my dorm room in Eugene, Oregon this summer, literally just waiting for time to pass for me to get back to Florida and being like, oh, let me just count down to training camp. Now we're talking about the last regular season week. It is bittersweet.
Bittersweet.
It's great in the fact that the playoffs are soon, and it's horrible in the fact that we won't have 16 NFL games for like a year again. So not really a year, but till next September. So soak it all in, fellas. This is it. This is the last time you're going to be able to watch, just flip games on Red Zone. I think this is Red Zone was last week too, right?
Yep.
Terrible. It's part of the business. The worst part. You want to go over records last week?
Yeah. So for those of you, if this is your first time tuning in, welcome. For those of you
This is your first time. If you're your first time tuning in, thank you. Thank you for coming on board.
Sorry, one second. I got a Ticketmaster. Trying to sell these tickets to a concert I bought a while ago. Ticketmaster got me.
Hey, if anybody wants tickets, he's selling tickets.
Yeah, Bad Bunny.
Bad Bunny.
Can't promise a good deal though. I'm trying to make my money back.
He can't promise you nothing.
Yeah, so we started NFL picks where we picked the winner of every game for the NFL. We've been tracking it since week 8. Last week was week 17. Our overall records, I finished 12-4, so 12 wins. So I guessed 12 right and got 4 wrong. Richard finished 11-5, so a little one game differential there. Overall, there was one point where Richard had a very big lead on me. It's gotten a lot tighter, the race, and we're going to last week of the season, so we don't really have anything on this, but it's cool to follow. I am 90-58, so 90 correct, 58 wrong. That's a 61% win percentage. Richard is 89-59, so he's one game behind at a 60% win percentage. So overall, I'm pretty happy with that. I don't know how you can really ask for much more. Side note, we always pick the Bucks and we always fade the Saints. So if we didn't do that, it'd be even better. And we're guessing upsets, so we're doing crazy things. So honestly, I think we've done really well, especially our first season doing this, and we just go straight off the dome. we're picking these games. So those are the records.
Yeah. So we are now, again, like we said, week 18. This is where stuff gets crazy. We got 2 Saturday games, no Monday night games, no Thursday night games. Saturday is going to be awesome. Let's get right into it. Let's pick, starting with Steelers, Ravens. Ravens are resting all their starters. They clinched the 1 seed last week after demolishing Miami. Who do you like? Steelers, Ravens.
I think this is a pretty easy one. I think there's a pretty crazy playoff scenario for the Steelers to get in, even though I never would count out Mike Tomlin. Considering the Ravens are resting all their starters, and I think Tyler Huntley is going to get the start at QB. Freaking Melvin Gordon is probably going to be their running back. I'm going to go Steelers. The Steelers, this is a must-win game for the Steelers. I think the Steelers are a mega lock to win this game. The Ravens don't need to win this game, like you said. They've already locked up the bye, so I'm going Steelers.
I'm going to go Ravens here.
Hmm.
And I'm going to tell you why I'm going to go Ravens. I don't think if this was in Pittsburgh, it'd be a different story, but the Ravens, they still got to put players out there. There's still guys that are hungry for a contract next year to prove themselves. And also, I don't think the Ravens want to be like, yeah, we let the Steelers in the playoffs. I think the Ravens want to end the Steelers' dreams. I think Harbaugh is a motivated coach like that. And I think he's going to have his team ready to go and motivated because that momentum, even though they have the bye week, carries over into the playoffs. So I think the Ravens are actually going to take this one at home, crush the Steelers' dreams, and that's just very AFC North fitting. Plus, this is a lot of pressure on the Steelers now. The Steelers were like playing with house money before, like, oh, we're not really supposed to be here. Now it's like, oh crap, like Mason Rudolph's supposed to lead us to the playoffs. That's a different type of thought process. So I'm going to take the Ravens here. But the next game we got Texans Colts from Lucas Oil Stadium. This is a de facto playoff game.
Yeah.
I love these type of games. Both teams 9-7. This is going to be a fantastic game. I'm going to go with the Colts, and I think it's because they're at home. The Texans are a fantastic football team. CJ Stroud is awesome, but Gardner Minshew was on the Eagles last year. He knows about these big games when it matters the most. And also, Shane Steichen was also on the Eagles last year, so he is very familiar with this. D'Amico Ryans was on the 49ers last year. So these two head coaches are very familiar with each other. Shane Steichen was the offensive coordinator for the Eagles. D'Amico Ryans was the defensive coordinator for the 49ers. They went against each other in the NFC championship game. The deciding factor for me is that the Colts are at home, and the Texans are also both these teams are ahead of schedule. But if you look at it, the Colts roster is a little more NFL ready than the Texans, and the Texans still don't have Tank Dell. Their running back situation, I don't know if it's a great situation right now. CJ Stroud, they played really well last week, but CJ Stroud still is a rookie, and sometimes rookies try to play to a different level when they need it, and sometimes it's not there. And for that reason, I'm going to go with the Colts.
Nice pick. I'm going Texans. We
Oh,
fade
here
each
this
other.
nice pick, buddy.
Yeah, nice pick. But yeah, going Texans. I think this is a game where CJ Stroud solidifies himself for I think he's in the running for offensive rookie of the year, if I'm not mistaken. I think he's like the heavy favorite. I think this is where he solidifies himself. I think the Texans are a very good football team. The Colts are also a good football team, but I don't know. They've kind of been like wishy-washy recently. I don't know who they played last week. They beat the Raiders last week, so obviously it's a good win. The Texans destroyed the Titans. The Titans aren't that good of a football team.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I'm really just kind of feeling the Texans this week. It's kind of just a gut call. So I think they'll get it done.
All right, moving on. Browns, Bengals. We'll keep this one quick. Browns already clinched. They can't even. They're locked into the 6 seed, I believe, or maybe the 5 seed. Um, Bengals.
They're locked into the 5 seed as of now.
Yeah,
I'm going.
they're resting their starters. Yeah,
Yeah. Do the Bengals have a playoff chance? The Bengals
they
are they're
do.
eliminated.
Oh,
According
they
to
are.
yeah, they're eliminated.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So
Oh,
I'm still going to
wow.
go Bengals, though. The Browns are going to be sitting all their starters, and they are not deep enough to be a competitive football team when they do that. So
Oh man, the Bengals are eliminated. That sucks.
I still think the Bengals are going to go out. It's kind of a pride
Yeah,
game.
yeah,
So I'm going
definitely.
to go Bengals.
Vikings, Lions. Lions are pretty locked in for the 3 seed. Looks like they lost to the Cowboys last week. Vikings are. Let me double check that they're eliminated. I believe they are
I think the Vikings have they're eliminated. Wait,
eliminated.
no, they're on the bubble. If they win, they have an 11% chance. So I don't know what they need to happen. They need, and they're in the
They
NFC
need definitely need
North.
the Packers to lose.
They need the Packers to lose, and they
Regardless,
probably need the
regardless,
Seahawks to
yeah,
lose.
they need all those bubble teams to lose. But regardless, I'm going to go with the Lions.
Yeah, I'm going Lions. Dan Campbell already said they're going to be playing their starters.
Yeah,
Um, the Lions, I think they're going to try to make a statement after that fluky loss against the Cowboys, which after further review, I don't think that guy actually reported eligible 68. So I think they were technically supposed to lose
I
that
don't
game.
know. I don't know what the Lions are so upset about. It is pretty confusing when you have 3 guys. This isn't like it isn't like they were at the park and they were like, "Hey, Mr. Referee, there's 9 people here watching us in this flag football game. I'm going to report eligible." There's 60, 80,000 people, 100,000 people inside of Jerry World screaming on this 2 point conversion. Like the Lions need to get over them. Listen, I could do this all day. I'm tired of hearing the Lions complain and cry. The world hates them, and everybody's dogging Brad Allen. Was it a mistake by him? Sure, but like 3 got Jared Goff, 68 and 70 are all coming up to him screaming eligible. Who do you, like, I mean, it's not like easy for this guy to in a packed stadium to be like, let me differentiate which offensive lineman is eligible. So you know what? The Lions can take all those tears and they can put them in the Vikings game because no one wants to hear it. Nobody does. You could have kicked the extra point. Dan Campbell doesn't want to play for overtime. Stop crying. Stop crying. You lost.
Had
Lions.
had plenty of opportunities to kick the extra point. It was quite
Plenty.
frustrating watching.
Plenty.
And I think they were trying to confuse the defense so much that they ended up
They
confusing
were.
everyone.
They even admitted we
They
were trying
confused
to confuse the
everyone.
Cowboys. You guess what? You confused the referee to the guy who mattered the most. So maybe be clear with the ref
Yeah.
and confusing with the defense, or maybe just be honorable and run a play that's hard to stop.
Yeah. When they got that flag and they were at the 7, they
Just
100% just kicked the
kick
extra
the
point.
extra point. Just
Like
kick it.
there's nothing to prove,
And
man.
they got lucky and got a horse collar on the makeup and still didn't get it.
Yeah, that
Joke,
was really frustrating to
joke,
watch.
joke, joke, joke,
Also,
joke.
side note, I just realized there's 6 1 o'clock games and 7 4:25 games. Never seen
Woo.
that.
Jeez, that's pretty crazy. Next game, Jets Patriots. Could be Bill Belichick's last game as a Patriot head coach, and that reason I'm going with the Patriots.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm going with Patriots too. I think this is going to be another one of those pride games. All of these games, it seems like week 18, it's like who wants it more, like who's actually playing for something. I don't really think the Patriots are playing for a whole lot, but I do think Bill
Yeah,
Belichick, there's no way he's not going to win his last game as a
people
Patriots head
talk
coach.
about like draft stock and everything. I don't think Bill Belichick gives a damn about draft stock right now. The way people are talking about him.
No, he's not going to be
Um,
a coach there.
and I know the Jets. I know the Jets guys are complete. They just cut Dalvin Cook.
They
He just
want the
signed with the
season to end.
Ravens. Yeah, they are donezo. I can't blame them. What a disaster season. Not their fault. It's
I
just
mean,
unfortunate.
misery.
Um, yeah, Patriots in that one for sure. Falcons Saints. Give me the Falcons.
Oh yeah, I was thinking about this game earlier, because I've never picked the Saints before, and I'm not going to pick the Saints today. But I was thinking about it for a little bit, but I think I don't like Arthur Smith at all. Like I know as Bucks fans, Saints is like our biggest rival, and we don't
Hey,
like the
I
Saints.
got no love for the Falcons either. It's just a lesser of two evils. Got no love for the
But
Falcons.
like it doesn't even matter because if the Bucks lose, which they're not, but if
Don't even
God
don't
forbid,
just take it back. Just
if
take it back.
well, people need to know that if they don't know, if the Bucks lose, the winner of this game is going to the playoffs. Falcons
But
or
it's
Saints.
not again. It's not going to happen. It's just a different alternate reality that could happen. Like
Right.
I could win $1 million. It's not going to
Yeah.
happen, but I could.
True.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna go Falcons here. I do think the Saints played well last week, but I'm not sure if Kamara is gonna be playing because I know he got banged up last week, which
Yep.
obviously is important for their offense. Derek Carr had a good game against the Bucks. Our secondary, we think we
Yeah.
were missing Carlton Davis. We didn't really
Yeah.
play up to Bucks standards
No,
last
we
week.
played terrible. We
It
played
was it
terrible.
was not a good game. I think the Falcons will get it figured out this week and sneak in a W. It's not gonna matter because the Bucks are gonna win.
Exactly.
Knocked on wood, but Falcons.
Do this. Do this. Do this.
My head's
Jaguars Titans. This this is going to be a crazy game, and I'm taking the Titans. This is Derrick Henry's last game. Derrick Henry will score a touchdown. This is Derrick Henry's last game in Titan Blue. Could be Vrabel's last game. I don't know if you guys saw his press conference, but he said it bleeping sucks to lose. You can't sleep. You can't eat.
Saw that.
Guess what? This guy wants this game more than any other game in his life. If you turn back the clock to a year ago this week, the Jaguars and Titans played for the AFC South title. And guess what? The Jags lost. Who was it? The Jags won. Titans lost. Who was the Titans quarterback? Josh Dobbs. Crazy. Give me the Titans. Mike Vrabel doesn't forget stuff like that. Give me the Titans.
I'm gonna go Titans too, just because
Yeah.
I see a freaky scenario happening here. So right now the Jaguars are first in the AFC South, the Colts are second, Texans are third. They're all tied at 9-7. If the Jaguars lose, and let's say the Colts or the Texans win, and the Steelers win, I think the Steelers need the Jags to lose in order to make the jump to the playoffs.
The AFC is a
And
mess.
I feel like the Steelers are gonna. I'm convinced the Steelers are gonna make the playoffs. So I'm gonna go Jags losing here in a crazy upset, which because the Jags are gonna be motivated, but they just haven't been playing as good as of recent. So Titans, I'm with you.
Seahawks, Cardinals in the desert. Cardinals coming off. Oh, my mother just walked in.
Cardinals coming off a big win.
Cardinals coming off a big win. And if you go back to last week, I actually for 45 seconds picked the Cardinals to beat the Eagles, and then I said, you know what, they got to lose, and they said, to hell with Richard, we're gonna win the game. They will not win this game because they very much need to lose, and the Seahawks are going to win by default. I think the Cardinals could literally be winning this whole game, and then the very end lose because they need Maserati
Yeah,
Marvin Harrison. So I'm going to take the Seahawks.
yeah, they've already came out. They said Kyler's our guy. He's our franchise guy.
Exactly.
They gotta.
They don't. Yep.
It's Marquise Hollywood Brown came out and he traded himself way early in the season on fantasy, which it's wild to me that NFL players are allowed to play fantasy but not gamble on games because to me it's pretty similar, but whatever. I'm gonna go Seahawks as well. I think this is a game that the Cardinals need to lose, like you said, to get Marvin Harrison, and he needs more weapons. The Cardinals, they like those big physical wide receivers they can just throw it up to.
Yep.
Marquise Brown, I don't think they're going to re-sign him, so they're going to need a
Yep.
weapon. Trey McBride, he's a great tight end, and I think he's going to do well next year. But you can't just have your tight end catching everything. You see it with the Chiefs right now. Travis Kelce, which he's taking a step back. If you don't have any weapons,
Big step
your
back.
quarterback can't do much. Like every great quarterback, you can say it's a system quarterback, whatever. Every great quarterback has weapons. Like you need somebody to throw it to. Look at Justin Fields. You give him DJ Moore, Justin Fields is a good quarterback. So that's all I'm going to say. I do think the Cardinals are better than 4-12, but the Seahawks are going to win.
Yeah. We are kind of turning into a Cardinals podcast. We were a Broncos podcast. We still kind of are a Broncos podcast. Tough way to see the Broncos season end, but we are a little bit of a Cardinals podcast. We'll talk about that later in future episodes. Bears Packers, Lambeau Field. I'm sticking with the upsets. I'm going Bears.
Oh yeah.
Last year at this time again, the Packers could have made the playoffs, lost to the Lions at home. There's never been a rookie quarterback to lead the Packers to the playoffs. Jordan Love could be the first. I don't see it happening. Not because I don't like Jordan Love. I think Jordan Love's a stud. I just think sometimes there's something up with Lambeau Field. There's like certain curses or certain things that just don't get disrupted there. And that's one. And the Bears are 100% playing. The Bears are slowly turning into last year's Lions. And that's crazy because I thought the Bears would be done a long time ago, but they're 7-9. Like they're 7-9. That's if you told me after the disaster they started, they'd be 7-9, could finish 8-9, one game below being above 500, I'd be like, you're crazy. I'm taking the Bears to upset the Packers. This is a pride game again. A lot of pride going on this week. A lot of pride.
Yeah. I'm taking the Bears as well. I think it's a great pick. And I think I'm very convinced. If I could sign a contract saying you owe me $1 million if the Bears lose, but I make $1 million if the Bears win, I would sign the contract
Whoa.
because the
Holy
Bears
moly.
are going to win this game. The Bears have been playing great. Their defense is stepping up. Justin Fields is the truth. He's going to be their guy most likely, in my opinion. They're going to build around him. There's a lot of really good wide receivers in this upcoming draft. So even I do think if they're going to stick with Fields, they trade the first pick. Why would you keep the first pick in that scenario? And they'll be set up for the future. The Bears, I'm really hopeful for the Bears organization as a whole in the future. With that being said, I don't think the Packers are healthy enough right now to compete. They've had two back-to-back really good wins though. But I think this is where it ends.
Boom.
Bears.
Chiefs Chargers. This is a nothing game. Chiefs.
I'm gonna go Chargers. The Chiefs suck.
Broncos Raiders. Another nothing game. We're a Broncos podcast. I'll go Broncos.
Yeah, this is a nothing game. I'm gonna go Raiders.
Eagles Giants. I'm gonna go Giants. This is also a nothing game. The Eagles are resting their starters because they are pretty much mailing it into the Cowboys are going to beat the Commanders, which I also agree with. And the Eagles want the Bucks. You better, hey, Sirianni, you better, hey, think about this wisely, buddy. I don't know if you want to come down to Tampa again. Give me the Giants though to end the Eagles season on a bad note.
I don't even know who's playing from the Eagles, but I just don't see how I don't see how the
Sounds like
Eagles
nobody. They're
lose.
only 4.5 point favorites, so I don't think they're playing anybody.
I think their backup is Marcus Mariota, which I don't have a whole lot of faith in, but I'm still gonna go Eagles because the Giants, they're on their backup. I think Tyrod Taylor might help them a little bit. But I mean, there's nothing they're playing for. I mean, they want to lose probably because of the draft pick, but I'm going Eagles. I'll just end it at that. I'm not going to go in circles. There's not much analysis.
Rams 49ers, again, another nothing game. Geez, these games are either mega important or mega not important. Yeah, I'll go Niners and the season
Yeah,
strong 13-4.
I'm going Niners too. The Rams already came out. They're both probably gonna be resting all their starters.
Yeah. They're gonna let
Um,
Puka get 30
yeah,
yards and then he's gonna sit.
yeah. Puka's gonna get 4 catches, 30 yards, and he's going to sit the rest of the game. Hopefully, God forbid anything happens to Puka seriously, like on a serious note, that would really suck.
Mhm.
Um, but yeah, I'm gonna go 49ers.
Cowboys, Commanders, Cowboys. Even though
Yeah,
they went to Washington last year and lost to Sam Howell.
yeah.
But I don't think it's going to be the case this time. The Commanders are a much different football team. Last year they were on the come up. This year, this is most likely going to be Ron Rivera's last game. Magic Johnson is going to take over, and Magic Johnson, Josh Harris, going to get a new coach in there.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
I was gonna go Cowboys too.
yeah, perfect. And Bills Dolphins Sunday Night Football going to be a great game. This is for the AFC East title.
Ooh,
If the Bills win, they're champs and the 2 seed. If they lose, there's a chance they miss the playoffs. But there's an 88% chance they make the playoffs. So they're either the 2 seed, the 6 seed, or the 7 seed. The Dolphins have already clinched. They're in. So they're either the 2 seed or I think the 6 seed as well. I'm gonna go Bills. Dolphins, listen, that we just have to report on the things that we know. I feel very bad for Tyreek Hill. There was a fire in his house. Everybody's safe, thank God. Um, they also have some banged up injuries. I think the Dolphins might be like thinking, okay, we're playing for the playoffs, or they're like we're going for the division title. But there's a lot of different moving parts going on in Miami right now. They're also on Hard Knocks, which is a little bit of a distraction too. Um, that's a tough week. I feel very bad for Tyreek Hill. That was crazy. That was not cool to see. You never want to see that happen to anybody. Um, the Bills are also going through their own type of things. They healthy scratch Von Miller. That was a shock. Very surprising. Von Miller is a future Hall of Famer. Very, very good player. Um, the Bills are on a winning streak. I believe they were 7-6. Now they're 10-6. They've had some pretty good wins. They beat the Chiefs in there. They sputtered a little bit with the Patriots. That might have been a little bit of a trap game. But I'm going to take the Bills in Miami and South Florida on Sunday Night Football, last Sunday Night Football of the year.
yeah, this is a great, great Sunday night football game. Um, Huge playoff implications. I'm going Bills as well. I think Bills are one of those teams that nobody's really going to want to face in the playoffs. They're starting to heat up really at the right time. Their offense is so dynamic. They have so many playmakers. They can throw it to Kincaid, Dawson Knox, Gabe Davis, Stephon Diggs, which Stephon Diggs, that's a whole nother topic, but that man fell off big time. They just don't really
Yeah.
utilize him that much.
No,
But
no, no,
I'm
no,
sure he's
no
going to
longer.
complain his way into some targets soon. James Cook has been playing really well as well. I thought I saw something about him getting hurt, but I don't know. The Dolphins, Tua got banged up last game. It was not the best game for them last week. I forgot who'd they play last week. Uh, they
They got destroyed by
played.
Baltimore.
Yeah, they got destroyed by the Ravens. I
Bradley
just
Bradley Chubb torn ACL. Sucks.
Yeah, they lost Bradley Chubb. I think the Dolphins, obviously, they're one of those teams. I think like the Cowboys all year, where kind of people have had them on like the fraud watch radar because they beat up on these really not great teams, and then when it comes to playing the powerhouses, they just don't compete. The Bills, from my knowledge, have never won a Super Bowl before. I think this would be one of the years they could actually get it done surprisingly because they've faced a lot of adversity, a lot off the field, a lot of drama
That's
with their coach.
that's one of the keys right there. Every Super Bowl team's got to go through adversity.
Yeah, like those teams that are just having it good all year. When the Bucks won in 2020, we faced our own adversity. I'm pretty sure that same year we beat the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. They kicked our butt in the regular season. I think
They did.
that was the game where Tyreek Hill did the piece, right? I'm pretty sure he did the piece in that season. We ended up winning.
Yep. You did
We ended
right
up
in
winning.
Antoine Winfield's face. Yep.
Right. So you got to face some adversity to get a Super Bowl, and I think that's the Bills. So I'm not making that my official Super Bowl pick, but I think the Bills will win
We're
this game.
that's our next segment right there. We're gonna actually hold on. We got to do Bucks Panthers. Do our little prep talk for the Bucks. I'm taking the Bucks by a gazillion. Listen, listen. What happened last week was disgusting. We all know that. That wasn't the standard. That's not the standard. Will never be the standard to lose to that disgusting organization. Not disgust. We lost to the Saints. Okay, we lost to the Saints. It's over. It's done with. We're playing a much inferior team. Okay. Throw everything away. Throw the records away. This is a playoff game. It may not feel like a playoff game. It's a playoff game. You win. You end the division. You win the division title. That's 3 division titles in a row. Okay. 3 division titles in a row. That means something. That's history. Whether you like it or not, that's history. Okay. And you get a home playoff game. That's all you can ask for. It's all you can ask for. Okay. When you start every year, what do you want to do? You want to win the division. You want to go to the playoffs. That's the first step. We take care of business in Carolina. We come home. We take care of business against whoever we play. Done. Done deal. Give me the Bucks. Don't want to hear anything about the Panthers. Bucks.
Yeah, I think the Bucks actually will dominate this game.
Yep.
If everything happens as it should happen in this reality we live in, Antoine Winfield will have a legacy game. Bryce Young will be he'll have a hard time. I was gonna say he's gonna get destroyed. I don't want to be too aggressive. He's gonna have a really tough game. The Panthers are 2-14. They're the worst team in the NFL. Baker showed signs of life again in the second half last week when we were losing to the Saints, which was promising to see because for a second you're like, oh my gosh, like where did Baker go?
Mm-hmm.
So that was promising to see. Now he from the injury report, he didn't participate, I believe, yesterday. I don't know today's injury report. So God forbid there's a slight chance Trask plays, but even if Trask plays, give me the Bucks. We're a better football team overall. This is a must-win game for the playoffs. This is a must-win game for people's jobs. Todd Bowles, if he wants to be the Bucks coach next year, he's got to win this game. If Baker, Mike Evans, we want to resign all those guys. We got to win this game. This game is huge,
Yep.
very pivotal for just the Bucks this year and the Bucks in the future. So we'll see.
Yeah. If we lose this game, I don't see and listen, this is an alternate universe that I don't want to ever be a part of. And I'll never, you know what? We're a positive podcast. I'm not even going to go into it. I think everybody knows what I was going to say, but I'm not even going to say it. We're going to win the game. We're going to win the division. We're going to play whoever we want to play. Maybe the Cowboys, maybe the Eagles, but we're going to win the division. Period. End of story. We're going to be the Carolina Panthers. We're going to be 3-time division champions. Falcons and Saints will not be. So have fun with that. Super Bowl matchup. Let's do our, even though not all teams are in, but I think the teams that we think are going to make the playoffs or make the Super Bowl are probably in already. Who do you think is going to be in Vegas for Super
Uh,
Bowl 59?
yeah, Super Bowl 58, I want to say.
58?
It's either 58 or 59. I'm gonna
55
go.
was Tampa. 56 was LA. 57 was Phoenix. This is Super Bowl 58 in Las Vegas.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. My Super Bowl prediction. This is a bold one. I'm gonna go Ravens versus Rams in the
Whoa,
Super Bowl.
whoa, whoa, whoa.
Yeah,
Hold up. Wait.
I think the Rams are a dangerous, dangerous team right now.
Holy
You got
moly.
Cooper Cup, Kyron, Puka, Stafford firing right now. Ravens have shown it. They're a juggernaut. I'm very confident the Ravens are at least going to be in that game. But I think it's going to be Ravens versus Rams, and then give me the Ravens winning it all.
Wow. Wow. Excuse me. My Super Bowl prediction. This is tough because they might have to go through our Bucks. I think it's gonna be Bills Eagles.
Bills, Eagles. Wow, that's
I think
completely opposite.
I think it's gonna be Bills Eagles. We're doing this now, but we'll make an official. This is like our
This is
because it's
really
not
off the
set yet.
cuff.
So this is yeah. So this is just our preliminary one because the playoffs aren't set yet. We'll do an official one next week
Who do you have
when
winning
the
it all? Bills?
Bills, the Bills, I have the Bills winning it all in the Super Bowl. But I think the Eagles are. I don't know if a team is the Bills have actually. Wow, that'd be pretty poetic. I think the last team to go to back-to-back Super Bowls and lose was the Bills. When they lost 4 in a row. That's crazy. Can you imagine a team losing 4 in a row now? I think the Bills have been the Bills to me remind me a lot of those Peyton Manning Colt teams that just could not get over the freaking hump. They just couldn't do it no matter what. Now, granted, when Manning won his first time versus the Bears, I think they were dominant. We double check that. I know we don't have a lot of time left. I think the 2006 Colts were really good. I think they were. I want to say they were like 14-2. 2006 Colts. 12-4. Okay. Still pretty good. Yeah, they won. Okay, so they played in the wild card. Whoa. Whoa. Listen to this route that they had to go through.
Who?
Chiefs, Ravens, Patriots. The if the Bills don't win the division, they could play the Chiefs. Then they're probably gonna have to play the Ravens. And then that championship game, I don't know who they're gonna play. Maybe I don't know. But I'm going to go with the Bills. I'm going to go with the Eagles because the Eagles have been playing so bad and they're so actually good that I think this is the time where they fix it just by the law of averages. But again, this is preliminary. This is pre-playoff. We will come with a official one that we have to hold our feet to the fire with next week when the playoffs are set.
Yep.
This is going to be an exciting weekend. Oh, excuse me. I'm getting emotional. Football's done. Football's done. Getting emotional. Yeah, I had whatever sickness you want to call it this week. Anything under the book, I had it. Sore throat, fever, headache. I had it all, and here I am. So people who say you can't, you can. But that's it. That's all I got.
That's all we got for
Champ,
today.
champ. You got anything else?
Nah, I appreciate everyone watching. This is a great first season of this pod. This pod's going to go for the rest of our lives. We're going to be filming this pod. Hopefully, God willing. So we love you. Super Bowl champion #2 of our league. Checking out. Go Bucks. Let's get
Go
it done.
Bucks.
Let's get
Go
it done.
Bucks. God bless. Thank you. We love you. Goodbye.
Let's get it done.